Showbiz secrets have largely been revealed when it comes to Michael Jackson's foray into plastic surgery and other physical enhancements, many of which have been covered by this channel. But one question has remained largely unanswered, at least satisfactory enough to end speculation that persists to this very day. How exactly did Michael Jackson's skin tone go from black to white? So, let's begin with what we do know. During his lifetime, Michael Jackson opened up that he had the long-standing pigment-depleting disorder, vitiligo, that caused large patches to appear on his skin, and that he used makeup to even out. This was ultimately confirmed after years of skepticism when Jackson's autopsy report stated that there were, quote, patches of light and dark pigmented areas on examination of his skin, and that vitiligo was listed as a diagnosis in his medical history. However, vitiligo is rarely a condition that continues to spread over the body until the skin is completely devoid of all pigment and consistent in tone. Take, for example, the beautiful and groundbreaking fashion model Winnie Harlow, whose condition has progressed far slower during her years in the public eye. Outside treatments had to be used to progress Jackson's disease, with his death also revealing his use of skin lightening products when nearly 30 tubes of said creams were found at his home in 2009. Despite consistently denying that he used such methods to bleach his skin.
There, as I know of, there is no such thing as skin bleaching. The bleach skin rumor, which is a rumor, I don't bleach my skin.
To this day, many fans defend Jackson's use of such products with the argument that they were used to even out his skin tone once the vitiligo had gotten to an advanced state, which is likely to have some truth to it. Although little evidence has come to light as to what treatments, if any, did Michael Jackson resort to during the early stages of his disfiguring disease to maintain his original complexion. With many, now debunked, doctored images surfacing over the years as evidence of the early stages of his condition. Despite popular belief, Michael Jackson's skin tone didn't progressively get lighter as he battled to cover up the visual effects of the disease. But in reality, his skin tone appeared wildly different over the years, appearing lighter on stage and during publicity shoots versus images from Jackson's private life, causing many to question how much Jackson's lightened look was solely as a result of his condition, or was it, at least in some part, a decision Michael Jackson made for himself. In this video, we delve deep into Michael Jackson's changing skin tone, what treatments were likely to have been used to treat, conceal, or accelerate his condition, and a look into his motivations in doing so. Here's the detail. As the lead singer of the Jackson 5 and part of Motown's historic movement in music, Michael Jackson appeared much the same complexion to his brothers as they conquered radio airways, releasing hit after hit in the early 1970s. However, as Michael Jackson progressed into adolescence, his skin became a major obsession for the increasingly self-conscious star. Blighted with teenage acne, many times Michael couldn't bear to look in the mirror. Brother Jermaine, writing in his autobiography, quote, "He hated his skin and his nose so much that he found it hard to look at himself in the mirror. This wasn't just typical teenage self-consciousness. It became a full-blown inferiority complex. The more he looked at himself, the unhappier he felt." Like many teens, Michael tried countless products to help clear up his skin and fade the scars left behind. Jermaine Jackson also revealing that it was during this time Michael and himself started using skin-bleaching creams not to lighten, but to even out their skin tone and help with hyperpigmentation caused by acne scarring. Jermaine fiercely stated that Michael never bleached his face or skin and was proud of being black. It was during Jermaine's teenage years that he also noticed a white blemish on his left thigh. A doctor informed Jermaine that it was in fact vitiligo, and not to worry unless it spreads, giving some insight as to when Michael may have first developed the condition himself, as vitiligo can be only genetically inherited. As Michael Jackson progressed into early adulthood, his complexion appeared much the same, and there is little evidence of him trying to cover up a pigment-depleting skin condition. In early 1983, upon the release of Thriller and while attending the Brit Awards in London, the first signs of a change in his skin tone surfaced. During the glitzy event, Michael Jackson's face appeared slightly irritated. Areas around the eyes, nose, and hairline appeared deeper, when his cheeks, chin, and forehead were lighter in comparison. This may have been caused by the use of harsh topicals used to prevent acne breakouts, or bleaching creams to treat hyperpigmentation and in turn lighten the skin. Throughout 1983 and 1984, Michael Jackson appeared in public on numerous occasions with what appeared to be angry red flushed cheeks. Many have speculated that these rashes were caused by Michael's then undiagnosed lupus condition. Although, after researching the type of rashes that develop as a result of lupus, that typically leaves much more severe scarring. Michael's inflamed cheeks would be more indicative of a reaction to harsh topical products. During this period, Michael's skin appeared lighter and ashier in tone. This could have been caused by the use of bleaching creams, which can leave a grayish tint to the skin, or poor foundation makeup products available at the time for deeper skin tones, which often caused a similar effect. However, during the Jacksons' Victory Tour in the latter half of 1984, Michael Jackson would appear noticeably lighter. This is largely due to a lighter shade of base he would wear throughout the show when compared to the stage makeup his brothers wore. Some have argued that Michael may have started using lighter makeup in order to conceal the early stages of his vitiligo. However, images of Jackson without makeup prove that no blotches were visible on his face at this time. Instead, it is more likely Michael used lighter makeup to complement his lightened complexion and thicker consistencies to cover acne scarring and redness that persisted on his skin. During 1985 and 1986, Michael Jackson appeared increasingly lighter during the few public appearances he made during this period. Longtime producer Quincy Jones has since stated that while recording the Bad LP, he complained to Michael about the numerous skin peels he was having during this time, believing that they were to lighten Jackson's skin rather than treat any other condition he may have had. During the production of the Bad music video in the winter of 1986, Michael Jackson sported a radically lightened look that his longtime friend and self-described former girlfriend, Stephanie Mills, couldn't help but to pass comment on.
When he did the Bad video, he called me and he wanted my best friend, who was Greg Burge, to choreograph the Bad video. And I got in touch, and they got in touch with each other. And then I went to visit the set. That was the first time I ever saw him when he had totally changed.
Mm-hmm. What did you think?
I whispered something. I whispered something in his ear.
What'd you say, Miss Mills?
I'm not going to tell you.
During the promotion of Bad, the ambitious release was accompanied by a variety of publicity shots of Jackson that emphasized his new, lighter skin tone. Moody black and white shots, as well as the album cover image itself, were edited to manufacture a new racially ambiguous image of Michael Jackson. However, private images during this period would reveal that his complexion was, in contrast, much closer to his original skin tone than you would have thought, especially when rehearsing and traveling around Asia while on the first leg of the Bad tour and the latter half of 1987. In the opening scenes of his music film Moonwalker, Jackson performs Man in the Mirror to a sea of thousands. In this, he is seen singing the emotive track while sweating off his base makeup, revealing in high definition his natural, deeper skin tone. As the Bad tour came to a close in 1989, Michael Jackson appeared during his Liberian Girl music video and various high-profile award ceremonies wearing noticeably deeper base makeup. Private images that have surfaced reveal a Michael Jackson that had largely returned to his original skin tone by this point. In this candid shot of Michael with AIDS activist Ryan White, taken on a Polaroid camera while White and his mother were visiting Jackson at Neverland, Jackson bears much resemblance to his image during the Thriller days of the early 1980s, including his original skin tone. In early 1991, Indian photographer Dilip Mehta spent 5 nights with Michael Jackson at Neverland, as a result, capturing some incredibly intimate shots of the artist. Michael appears in his natural state, unstyled, brows ungroomed with minimal makeup on. Although for the last few years Michael had resorted to having his arms and legs covered for the most part, his face and hands appeared lightened but have little sign of the uneven blotches characteristic of vitiligo. However, 1991 would see Michael Jackson's most drastic and permanent change to his skin, as he began to use stronger lightening topicals, binoquine and hydroquinone. Only effective on those with vitiligo already, such FDA-approved creams are used to treat those in the advanced stages, with over 50% of their body covered in pale patches, to start the process of complete depigmentation of the skin. Recommended to be applied 2 to 3 times daily, depigmentation may begin in 1 to 4 months. However, professionals say complete depigmentation can take between 1 to 4 years, with the effect being permanent and irreversible as it results in the death of melanocytes, the cells that make skin pigment or melanin. Following treatment, Jackson's skin would become forever sun-sensitive, and it would be recommended to avoid the sun where possible and apply SPF 50+ broad-spectrum sunscreen at least daily. During this process, Michael was shot by famed photographer Herb Ritz in June 1991. During the shoot, the artist's skin tone appeared vastly different, deeper in some shots, as well as ghostly white in others, depending on the lighting and body makeup used. The following month, Michael Jackson would visit Disney World and vacation in Bermuda with friend Macaulay Culkin, during which the artist was photographed wearing a thicker, paler base on his face when compared to his hands. Guests also took note of Michael's full head-to-toe covering looks despite the humid climate on the island. That September, when Michael Jackson began filming for the Black or White video, it's obvious that Michael was attempting to disguise his natural skin tone with heavier amounts of face and body makeup throughout the shoot. The artist is seen being patted down and new makeup applied in the breaks between the exhaustive shoot. For his next video, Remember the Time, Michael Jackson appears even more covered, wearing long sleeves, black jeans, and boots, when compared to the dancers and his co-stars in the video. Uncharacteristic of the ancient Egyptian setting, suggesting that the treatment may have caused so much unevenness to his skin tone that it was far easily to reveal as little as possible, then cover him in thick stage makeup. In stark contrast, when Michael Jackson appeared in his In the Closet video just a few months later, the King of Pop appeared stripped back in a simple white tank top. With bare arms and chest out in the desert setting, the uncontrolled and humid environment would suggest less of a reliance on body makeup to even out his skin tone, and that the depigmentation process was largely complete. Home footage of Michael taking his shirt off after being pushed in the pool at Neverland documents a freer Michael Jackson, who outwardly appears unencumbered by the visible effects of vitiligo as he spontaneously rips his shirt off, revealing his depigmented chest and body. However, although permanent, depigmentation must be maintained with regular applications of lightening topicals, with higher strengths available for more stubborn areas like the knees and elbows. Throughout the coming years, many images have surfaced of Michael Jackson that in some way show the battle he had to conceal and even out his depleted skin tone. Particularly troublesome areas appear to be the arms, chest, ears, and eyelids, as such creams were not recommended for thinner areas of skin, which may explain Michael's heavier use of eye makeup in later years as a result. Michael Jackson's drastic, quote, race-erasing transformation was ridiculed in the worldwide press for many years ahead, compounded by the persistent struggle he faced covering dark spots and maintaining a consistent look to his complexion. Former wife Lisa Marie Presley revealing that in private, Michael was so self-conscious about his condition that he would very often sleep in his heavy makeup. After years of humiliation and having to hide the true extent of his condition, Jermaine Jackson, in his autobiography, recounts a vulnerable moment in 2005. Quote, "He stands in front of us, head bowed, as if he feels shame. It is the first time I have seen the true extent of his skin condition, and it shocks me. His self-consciousness is such that he has kept his body hidden from even his family until now. His torso is light brown, splashed with vast areas and blotches of white, spreading across his upper chest. One patch of white covers his ribs and stomach, another runs down his side, and blotches cover one shoulder and upper arm. There is more white than brown, his natural skin color. He looks like a white man splashed with coffee. This is the skin condition, the vitiligo, that a cynical world says he doesn't have, preferring to believe that he bleaches his skin."